Oh, I remember I was just like,
Pardon me.
I just remember saying like something really snide, like, you know, well, I can't even remember.
Wait, who was the woman? His mother's friend?
The maid?
I don't know.
Trainer?
No, I don't know. I don't know who she was.
Okay, what did you say? What
I was
happened?
just like, you know, like, what? Yeah, I was like, you motherfucker. And then I started.
Did you throw something?
I did.
What?
There was like, there was some like little, I don't know, like statue on the.
An Oscar?
No, it's like a little figurine, like a little
globe, snow globe.
A little, you know, like woman, and she had like her dress holding it.
So you throw it.
I take it and I chuck it across the room.
Right.
You should have thrown it at him.
Yeah, or her.
Well, I didn't want to hurt anyone, but so I chuck it across the room. I'm like going crazy. I'm like, you motherfucker! I took there was a bottle of Bacardi, and I poured it like.
You were gonna light on fire?
A burning bed.
I poured it like on his stereo, and I'm like, you. And I was just like going crazy. And I was
Jesus.
I was like took his clothes and I started ripping his clothes.
Wait, was he like getting up butt naked?
Like a beast.
Was he putting clothes on? What was he doing? What was he doing? Putting clothes on? Apologizing?
He was like, you know, well, he's naked, so he's like, you know, like, freaking out. And, no, but he was like, you know, didn't know what to do, so he's like, you know, running around naked, and then I took his keys, and I like threw them, and.
What did the lady do?
She was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. He told me that he was single and da-da-da and all this stuff and didn't have a girlfriend.
Okay.
And I was just like, looking at her, like,
brunette, blonde.
oh my
How
God.
fat was she? Like
fat.
200 pounds?
Do you realize this lady is 62 years old right now?
Ew.
Was she
61.
Was she obese or just
Like
heavy?
morbidly obese, or when you say fat, like
No, she was fat, like you know,
cookie away from
like 200.
Awesome. Awesome. She have a big.
She had like her boobs were down here.
Great. This story's great.
That's
sweet.
This might be a scene in
Isn't that a great story?
Okay, so what happened?
done.
What happened? We're just getting started. Yeah. I'm always looking for new material.
this is so good.
So
I have a sitcom.
So now do you get back in your car and you're crying? Or
this is only one of many I have.
Oh! Hey, don't worry, I just gotta pee and we'll get started. Should we move this conversation to the living room?
Why? Is it cold out
I just
here?
want good footage. Just want a good video angle.
This is pretty
The
good.
camera's out here. Don't worry.
So you poured Bacardi all over his room and called him a motherfucker?
Yeah, and ripped up some of his clothes that were on the ground.
She knows, like,
So you saw him and then
like-
you gone?
One impression of Janelle. Did you pet the pony on your way out? Did you try to feed the pony a carrot when you were driving out of the driveway? Okay, so wait, so you never talked to him again? What did you say?
Didn't you just want to hurt him?
I did, but I you know, obviously I didn't want to like get in trouble with the law. So
Who gives a shit?
Did you leave crying? What did you
no,
do?
I
What would you have done,
really, I just left.
After she tells her story.
I just left really pissed off, and of course he just kept calling me, let me explain, and like sent me flowers and
How do you
all that.
explain that?
You can't.
Yeah.
Obviously, when you see someone fucking, I mean, literally, I walked in on them fucking.
Has that ever happened to you?
No,
more than
it's
once?
never happened to me.
Why
ever.
do guys cheat on you two? Like, I have never been in a situation where like anyone ever like she was in 2 4-year relationships and caught the dude fucking.
Janelle did?
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
I didn't catch them fucking.
Oh, the knife incident.
That was just an exaggeration. I never held a knife to anyone.
Oh, okay.
I was just telling a really good story.
Oh, thanks. Okay.
But I did push her.
You pushed
I
her.
thought you bashed your head against the wall in the
I
house
thought you
party.
took the knife and the letter and stuck the.
And you broke the mirror.
You did do that. Okay.
You broke the mirror, and you were going to cut her with the mirror in the
That was
club.
exaggeration.
Oh.
What would you have done here?
First of all, I would have thrown the figurine at his face and tried to hurt him.
Okay. Would you have broken the bottle over his back? Or his ass?
Oh my God.
Would you have hurt the girl?
I would have hurt him.
Really, she was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." She was really
Well,
apologizing.
she went from this. She was like,
was
"Look,
like-
I'm kind of out of shape. I'm 50.
No, she was. She was like, "I'm banging this young
I'm banging
hot
a young
guy."
dude. He's got a
She
pony. We just
scored.
we just
And
went on a
to have me
helicopter.
come in on,
and
like,
some
fucking,
dick.
like I came in terrorizing. I was like throwing shit across the room. I mean, she was just like, she felt so bad. She felt really bad.
America's choices: hurting men
I
and
said,
getting crazy.
When y'all done, I'll
This
be
was
outside
over 10
having a
years
drink,
ago.
and maybe we can talk about this later. And I'd have been waiting.
What'd you say? Then what?
What would
I
you
would
have
have
done?
said, if I would have walked in, I'd be like, okay, so when you guys are done, I'm going to have a drink outside, and we can talk about this after you're done.
Oh, I wouldn't have wanted to do that.
Oh, I would have.
Okay.
Because then we'll see how
Tell
long
us
they come
another
out the room, right?
Tell us
Yeah,
another bedtime
probably
story.
immediately.
Can I tell you
Probably
more,
immediately.
like, after I've had food and
One
drink?
more and then one more.
So
That's it.
good,
Man, my
Erica.
story sucks
Thank you. Did
so
you like
bad.
that one?
That was good. When you did that, I was like
I
this.
mean, that was awesome. My story, I was going to tell you like a bad date
Like,
story,
I had
but
a
it ended
pick.
like, don't call me again.
I didn't know what to do. I was like, oh my God, did she just say it was a fat 50-year-old woman?
That 48. She was like 48-year-old woman.
And she's 200 pounds.
You also called her the female
Her
equivalent of
boobs
Chicken
were
George.
down here, and she was the female equivalent of Chicken George. Like she was like that.
Did you ever ask him where he picked her up from?
Didn't you want to
Like,
know?
did she have like a thick waist?
She was just fat.
But didn't you want to know? Weren't there questions you wanted to know?
Like, there's some women who are kind of big, but they
did
got
you say
like they
to
got
him like who
curves.
was that? Like there was. I would be like, look, I don't want to really talk to you ever again.
Oh, no. It gets better.
Thank you.
His,
I knew it.
I'm just remembering his friends called me and they were like, they're like, we're really sorry we heard what happened, but he kind of has a thing about like having sex with like older fat women.
Oh, that's a good habit to have.
Oh, cool. Why are you calling me?
I know it's really.
Did you
weird.
say like, well, you know, everyone has their hobbies, but this is one that I wish you could have told me earlier.
I have a thing, and not
Yeah.
dating guys have a thing
They were
for.
like, we thought, he really liked you, and that, maybe that was just kind of, not,
His last getting it out of his system.
Exactly.
And what did you say to that?
I was like, please just don't
Call me ever
me
again. Did
again.
you ever see him again randomly?
I did actually. He kept calling me and was like really apologetic about the whole thing. And whenever he would see me out, oh God, I actually bumped into him recently when I was on a date with someone.
Awesome.
And he's like, hey, I know you probably still hate me, but again, I just want to say I'm really, really sorry for what happened.
That's nice of him.
Why did he
Oh, it
tell you
was.
to go to his place if he was going to have someone
He
else?
didn't think
He
you were going to
was
show
so
up.
drunk
And
and
he
he
didn't-
fucked up.
Yeah,
Why didn't
I
he
don't-
lock the door?
because it was his own private entrance
Right.
up to the estate.
Danielle knows. She's like, because it was his private entrance.
That was like, imagine that.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh.
You always see shit like that in the movies. That actually happened to me.
You open the door, you like,
I was just like,
Hey, how about
Shocked.
can we talk about earlier when I go, hey, Chicken George, what's your wife look like? And she goes, Julia Roberts with short hair. Really? Okay. All right. I go, hey, Chicken George, what's your wife look like?
does she like
He
Julia
goes,
Roberts with short hair?
without missing
How
a
do I
beat,
know?
he goes, Julia Roberts with short hair. Like, not like we should question that or think otherwise. I was like, oh, cool. Like, how short's the hair?
I like Chicken George.
So do I.
His wife
just
probably
saying.
looks like
Julia
Julia Roberts
Roberts
with
with
short hair.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So you tell another story, you telling your story?
My story sucks so
very
bad
good.
compared to that. If I tell it, honestly, if I tell it,
Chicken George.
you guys are gonna throw
have a
me.
miniature horse
If I
in it.
throw you in the pool, like I'm just gonna have to make one up because if I tell mine, you're gonna be like, "That's."
Janelle did. Go ahead.
I know. Like, no, mine's just not good. I mean, unfortunately, I don't have a good one. I mean, like, literally, it's like the 30-second synopsis is: it was a bad date. She wouldn't take no for an answer and was like throwing herself at me, and then like I had to like get the doorman to like put her in the car and ask her to leave, and that's the whole story.
Why would
no
why didn't you
Bacardi,
want to bang?
no Bacardi.
Sober?
Because
nothing.
it was just
The
one.
fact
You know,
you
like
remember a bottle of Bacardi. I'm like,
I just remember the Bacardi was right there, and it was just like, just all over the room and stereo, in his stereo. Just like,
Fuck.
fucking pouring it in there.
in 1995, it's important to have a dope stereo because that was pre-iPod. You know, like
Fucked up his Dave Matthews CD.
exactly. Dude, Hootie and the Blowfish, cracked rear view window, gone.
why do you?
Only want to be with you
the women get-
and this big fat lady. You and me, we come from different worlds. I got a little pony and I sleep with fatter girls.
Get a little pony.
Let me think of some more,
All
okay?
right, awesome.
Go pee.
All right. Don't start without me. In case you don't let him start without me.
I'll make sure of
think
it.
of any. That's like my best one.
This clue right here, I guarantee you, 1 year from now, there's going to be like 6 crazy stories that this crew has from going out after the show.
You think so?
I think so. I could be wrong.
I have a feeling Kaser's not going to have a crazy story.
Yeah.
I really don't.